This is Friends and Brands. I am Mark Wilkins.
I'm Nick Beam.
I am Pierre Jackson.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
PappyGawd.
The East God. Yeah, we got a legend, man. Legend here in the flesh. My brother. I appreciate him coming through, man. It's been a long time coming in the making. I knew when we first got this podcast, I was like, I gotta get him. I told him about it.
First name he said.
I was the first name I said. I was like, I gotta get my bro on the show. Yeah, bro. No, real talk. This summertime, I'm like, I gotta get P on the show because, I think your story, bro, is one that kids gotta hear. People gotta hear. Like you a bona fide hooper, bucket. Man, he got his own brand. Like he's a couple different moving parts at once. So. I just want to ask you, how did you, what was it like growing up in Vegas, being a hooper, and what was some of the things, like obstacles you faced?
Well, first off, I grew up in one of the hoods out here. I grew up on the east side of Las Vegas.
Yeah.
To this day, it's still kind of run down. I don't know if you guys been on the east, but it's pretty tough over there, and I was in one of the smaller projects, and not too many athletes came out of that project over there, and a lot of gangbangers, a lot of drugs, and I just kind of stuck to basketball. I was one of the kids over there probably the only kid that the older guys kind of was like, you know what, he over here while we about to do something. Go ahead, go to the house type stuff. I was one of those.
You was that kid, bro.
Cause I always had a ball or I always had a skateboard or something. Yeah. I was doing something like athletic, and they seen it, and once I got to really playing basketball, like my 8th grade year, so I still was bad. I was bad. Yeah. I was a bad kid. I was raised with my grandma and with my older sister, and like bad. I didn't like school.
Right.
So when I went to school, I was getting suspended. My grandma would have to come up there and get me out of the dean's office. I was one of those kids, but I still was always playing basketball. Like I would get in trouble, and I'd be in the house playing, breaking stuff.
Yeah.
And so once I got to middle school, I actually got a chance to play and organized basketball. 5th grade, I kind of took basketball more serious once, and one was popular then, and I think my big cousin, rest in peace, he introduced me to organized basketball, and once I got into that, I started playing more and more.
That's dope, bro.
And then LeBron James came on the scene my 6th grade.
Word, Ohio.
That's my first. Yeah. That's my first professional basketball player.
Right.
I kind of stuck with.
And that's crazy because Brian, I saw him like showing you love.
Man, that was
What was that like?
That
was crazy.
So I'm a LeBron fanatic. You can't tell me nothing.
That's real.
Like we mess around and wrestle over
with you.
Over a debate.
You got a soldier in that.
Facts,
LeBron, one of mine too, man.
Yeah. Everybody kind of Kobe fans, and I'm like that with LeBron. So I was out to eat with my financial advisor and my agent. It was crazy. We went to eat. I seen Paul George like probably 10 minutes before the news came out that he was going to L.A.
Right.
He was in the same restaurant. As I was leaving, I was talking to my financial advisor, and so we got a young boy, rookie, in our agency. My agent is he working with a young boy that played for the Lakers.
Right.
And he had came. We was talking here, and he was here, so I couldn't see. So I'm talking to him, and then LeBron walks up and slaps the young boy up because he knows him because he plays with the Lakers Summer League team.
Yeah.
I hear him, and then he like give me one of these. P, what up? So I turn I see who it was. I'm like, oh shit, bro, what's up? Like, what's good? What's good? I'm like, damn, bro, can I get a picture?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, no problem, bro. So then we took the picture. And my agent my agent's from Cleveland. As well.
Word, okay.
I think he's from that way. So he started bopping. He go crazy. My financial advisor going crazy. Like, hey man, Pierre, here's your point guard right here, man. Come sign your point guard. Going crazy, and I had to be like, yo, man, let the dude go. So as soon as he left, I'm shaking.
Right.
Because this is my first time actually being face to face with him, and the dude, he knew my name.
Yeah.
He came up to me, so I don't even know he know me. Like, I kind of find out this through, mutual friends that he's like he loves basketball.
Yeah.
Like, so he's a fan of from
Uh-huh.
high school up.
Yeah,
So
he really watching.
Yeah, he probably was watching me in college or whatever. So it was dope. So I call my girl. I call everybody, bro. As soon as it happened, because I was legitimately shaking.
I know, bro.
Man,
I know.
crazy.
Yeah, that was wild. That was wild.
I seen him multiple times. Like I went to his camp just to watch his when I was in college, and like everybody walked in. KD, all them guys walked in. And then LeBron came in. I was just like
froze up.
I could have said something then, but the fact that he walked up to me was crazy.
Yeah,
that's dope, bro. That's super dope.
Crazy, man. Yeah. Speaking of Bron, I know like we had talks before, like hooping and stuff. You said that was one of your favorite like sneakers to play in.
Yeah.
If you can pick one of LeBron's shoes, which one would it be?
That's a good question.
If I could, like now I'm
to
older.
hoop in.
Yeah, now I'm older, so like the heavier the shoe, I don't really mess with it.
I feel
Back then when I was jumping all over the place.
Yeah.
Any one, honestly, but like now I'll probably say the 2. I think the 2 is like underrated.
Yeah, super, bro.
Yeah.
We just
talk about that. Yeah,
always,
I'm more the ones though.
Yeah.
See,
I love the ones too, but I just think the 2s, they were super comfortable. They weren't too heavy.
Yes.
They weren't too heavy, and the grip was legit.
And that's what I don't get, like how they retro the one, skip to, and then you bring out the threes. Like we at the practice, we holding the threes. Like yo, what? How do y'all skip the 2 though?
Yeah.
I hope they got something in store because I mean the 2 is like
we keep talking about the 2, man. They need to make the 2.
Nike. If y'all watching this, bro,
I need
come
it.
on, man.
I need it. Like performance wise, I thought it was really a really good shoe.
It was
like,
ahead of its time. For sure.
Yeah, ahead of its time. Not even just the ones you can wear them.
Yeah,
you can wear them with a fit.
Yeah.
Easy. The 7s you can wear. 3. I mean, you can get away with all them other shoes, but 2 is just like legit basketball shoe.
Facts.
That wasn't too heavy.
Facts,
I agree with that.
Facts.
I agree with that.
Yeah, man. So Nick spoke about the name. How did you get your name?
PappyGawd.
Pappy, so the Pappy, I got Pappy from. So I went to Baylor, it's a Baptist private school. And like our pastor, Pastor Weibel, he does like stories before he gives the word, and so he gave a story about his granddad. His granddad's name was Pappy Jack, and he just basically, long story short, he just told me like. Because obviously once you get to know a player and like their background, once you're talking to them more, you got to know who I was and my demeanor. Like, so when I'm working, basically when I play basketball, when I go somewhere, I'm just like straightforward. I get my work in, I get out. Yeah, that's how I am at all times. So once you get to know me, and then like obviously family-wise, I love my family and everything I'm doing obviously is for my family.
That's right.
And,
family first.
And he said that's just kind of how his granddad was. And his granddad, he had a picture of him. He said the dude never smiled. Like he just like he said he never smiled, but from his actions and what he did and the work he put in, like the time he took away from his family to give them everything they needed,
it reminded him of you.
That was his smile, yeah, and that was me. So that's where I got the name from. I just added the God.
I mean, yeah.
I just added the guy with AWD.
Yeah. A little sauce on it. Yeah, nah. I mean, I think it's important, social media, people could look at social media as just fun, but it is a big platform.
Yeah.
And I think even asking about your name on IG segues into, the type of following you got on IG. Right. Not everybody has the following you have, so essentially you become a brand yourself and building your brand. And that's, the purpose of our podcast is, we talk about people who work major brands and people who are building their own brand, their own household name. So the fact that there is creativity in the name and there's a story behind it makes the name even doper. You know what I'm saying? Because it's an easy to remember name. Some people just throw names out there just to throw them. Yeah. But the fact that it has substance, is to me is dope. And I like to say, for you, like what are your plans for building your brand and your family's brand? Like. What's some of the plans you may have if you want to reveal them after basketball?
Well, I honestly want to go into like real estate when I get done with basketball. Word. So I don't really know
which is dope.
Yeah, real estate. With my brand wise, like basketball, like once. So I'm gonna keep it honest. Be honest. Like once I got into the business part of basketball, it kind of like I hate it sometimes. I be hating it sometimes because I've been in situations to where I ain't made a team because I got hurt or something.
Right.
Definitely.
I mean, we'll probably get into that later, but basketball.
No, we could talk about it now.
So I've been in situations to where once I stop playing basketball, I'm probably not gonna deal with it. Yeah. Like I really don't want to deal with it. Like I'll do it for fun. Yeah. I'll help kids every now and then, but when it comes to like coaching or any of that, I couldn't deal with
anything that's emotionally attached to the business. Yeah.
I couldn't deal with that because unless. Like, if I really, really was into it like that on the business part, I would try to be the head dude so I can change a lot of stuff that I was dealing with. Right. But other than that, and other like coaching wise, I couldn't deal with like a lot of these egos. Like I couldn't. I didn't play with some guys that
as far as players go, having egos,
absolutely.
bro.
It's a lot of stress, a lot of emotional attachment to being a coach. Yeah. But I mean, it's good to have these conversations because it's like, look, you actually played in the NBA. Yeah. So essentially that's a business and that's a brand. You know, it's a household brand that we all know. Yeah. There's nothing like the NBA. Yeah. You know, so for you to have those experiences and be able to share them is important, you know, to our viewers. Yeah. Because ultimately this is what people need to see. They don't talk about this type of stuff. You know, and I've had clients in the NFL. I've had friends in the NFL, and these guys say the same things. They're like, man, I think after football, I'm done. Yeah. You know, or you know, they feel the same way. You know, they after work's over, they don't want to talk about it. Right. You know, one of my closest friends, who was my client, was Braylon Edwards, and the dude, super smart, intelligent, freak athlete, but he dealt with politics in the NFL. A lot of it that I know personally, that'll probably be another conversation for another day. Yeah. But I saw the inner workings of how the NFL works. So when I see stuff on the media, I'm like, you know, it's two sides to that story. So as much as I love the NBA, I'm sure that there's two sides. I mean, it's super political. Yeah. You know, I had a guy
basketball everywhere. It's worldwide.
Yeah, exactly. Worldwide. I had a guy tell me at Lifetime UH Hoops, I won't say who, you know, but he was just like, he an older cat too. Y'all know him. I know y'all know him. But he was just telling me, like, even just in the summer leagues and stuff, if you knew, like, if we were all in the summer league together and we all used to playing with each other, we grew up playing with each other, it's like, yo, don't guard me. You know what I'm saying? Because we used to each other's playing style. So you're not going to let me get off on you when you're trying to get a contract. You're going to most likely try to clamp me and vice versa. Yeah. So you end up guarding another guy. To me, that's political. It's like, if you're hooping, you're hooping. Yeah. But because it's so political that these guys got to strategize on how to get a check. You know what I mean? That to me, that takes away from the desire of wanting to play in the league simply off that. And I played basketball too. I ain't make it as far as you did, as far as Mark did. But yeah, dealing with the inner workings of the business is like, I'm kind of tired. I don't really want to deal with that. I just want to hoop. You know, I just want to play and cut me the check however you can. Yeah. But you got to know the business.
So I definitely see your point of once you done, like you done with it. Like that's the same. Like, I mean, I seeing it and being around different players, it's like you see the shit going on. Like, having conversations with you during the summer, it's like, bro, stuff that happened in these organizations, it make your love for the game kind of like. Yeah,
it's like I'm at a point like, so you know, before I had kids, I'm like, yeah, my son finna do this, my daughter gonna do this. Like, I'm at this point like I don't care if they play basketball, bro.
I feel you.
If they do it,
that's what I said.
If they decide to do it, then it is what it is. I'm gonna push them, but like right now, I'm just letting them be kids. Yeah. I know I see it like. You see the viral videos of a little 3-year-old dribbling with 2 balls. Like, that's my son. PJ, when he get it don't even matter. Man. I'm not even impressed for it.
Yeah. No. So just briefly, I want to segue back into plans after basketball. So now we made it clear that you're gonna move on from basketball whenever that is.
And we can't forget the day sleep movement, because that's his essentially his brand.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I want you to talk about that, because that brand blows up on major levels tomorrow. You might not have to do real estate. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you can kind of expound on that, and then we can segue into real estate.
So the day sleep, man. So that initially came. So I went JUCO before I went to Division I, and around that time is kind of where, like, I had the naysayers and the doubters, like when I was in high school, but I didn't have no name at the moment outside of Vegas. Mm-hmm. So once I got there. I'm gonna start there. So high school, my principal, Mr. Rollins, he was an Iowa fan.
What school? What high school?
Desert Pine High School. Desert Pine, it's from the East. Yeah. And he was an Iowa fan. So once I wasn't eligible to go D1, so it was a JUCO in Iowa. He was pressing me to go to, like, this is perfect for you, blah blah blah. So I had the best, like one of the best JUCOs in the country. Eventually, contact me, wanted me to go there. He was the first one. Probably was like, "No, you shouldn't go there. They're too, like, that conference is really hard. Blah blah, this and that." Okay, bet I'm finna go there. Yeah. So I ended up going there. I ended up shattering my elbow. Dang. So like I have.
Oh yeah, you
seen the picture?
Yeah.
Bionic arm?
Yes sir.
Yeah, I got a plate and 7 screws.
That's why he shoot like that, y'all. Y'all see these damn threes? That's why, bro.
Nah,
real talk. We was talking about this. Fucking elbow, bro. It's crazy.
It's crazy. I mean, like when it's
shattered,
cold,
bro.
like when
it's
it's
wild.
cold, you'll feel it.
So I was like, how you shooting like that?
I'm gonna tell you. So when I got to JUCO, like I couldn't straighten my arm all the way.
Yeah.
So I actually had to rehab, and I had to learn how to shoot again. So this is the first time I ever practiced working on my shot.
Right.
First time ever. So like the first 4 months of rehab, I was literally just trying to get right. And the situation with the point guard, I probably was going redshirt. That's how serious it was.
Wow.
And the point guard that was there wasn't playing well, so I ended up coming back early. I still couldn't shoot my whole freshman year. Like shit was broke. So I ended up leading the conference in assists. And that way I got to learn the college game. I was able to facilitate, learn how to get reads better than I did last year because that's all I was doing.
Yeah.
So that year I had no looks. Nobody was recruiting me. I was pissed because I had a guy getting recruited by Duke on my team, Washington, Oklahoma, all these schools recruiting my teammates, and I had no schools.
So yeah, he was overlooking you.
I was sick. So my sophomore year, we ended up winning the national championship. I ended up being the #1 JUCO player in the country.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Still.
It was crazy. And then that's when Baylor came into the scene. So once I got to Baylor, the day sleep stuff started happening because that's when you get Dick Vitale. You got these guys on TV critiquing who's on these teams.
Yeah.
And I was one of the guys because I had 3 NBA players on my team. I had Perry Jones, Quincy Miller.
Yep.
I had Deuce Bello, was one of the most popular high school players. I had Quincy
Bello's
Acey.
crazy.
I had these guys that are getting recognized on TV. And I was the point guard. So I'm getting critiqued by Fran Fraschilla, another guy. This is where it started. Let me keep it real. This is where it started. Like, I had just got on Twitter. And this is where I know I had to start. You know, I was real explicit on Twitter. Like, because I was in JUCO. I was just saying whatever the fuck I wanted.
Right.
Like, nobody was telling me what to say. So, Fran Fraschilla came to Baylor. Like, he came to Baylor and talked to us. And mind you, I had just got in trouble for not going to class. So I'm sitting there watching them run because I used to run. I would run these. We get in trouble. I have to run. And I'll just knock it out because I was in shape. I was the fastest dude on the team. The coach started making me watch them and not running. So everybody was getting mad at me. And Fran Fraschilla came in there. He was talking to them. And he just went to me and started grilling me. Like, you're not gonna make it till December. You just going in on me. This ain't JUCO. You ain't playing against high school kids. Blah blah. I'm just sitting there. I'm listening to the dude like, damn, this dude, you don't even know me.
Right.
Like, he just going in. You ain't even seen me play yet, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he just going in. So, long story short, I say by December, I probably won 3 games for us. I had 3 game winners. I wasn't starting. I probably was 15-0.
Yeah.
And he go on TV and say, he admitted it. Like, I give him credit for that. He went on TV and said, "Yo, I told that kid he wasn't gonna be here this December, and he should be starting right now in the Big 12." Like, he went and said that on national TV, and since he said that, and he went up to me himself and apologized about it.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? I judged you before they even got a chance to. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I started tweeting they sleep, and it's 2011, I think that was.
Yeah, bro.
Kind of been
that's crazy because I see the shirts everywhere. You see like people going crazy because it means there's so many kids in their own essence are under that movement, whether it's a high school coach, whether it's just their peers, like, yo, you ain't got it. And Evan, that's like, you can apply that to anything.
That's what I was about to say. It goes to everything.
It's bigger than just hooping.
It's bigger than just hooping. So
I need to support that.
Once I'm done, I'll get you a shirt. I get the whole staff some shirts. I get all y'all some shirts. Because it doesn't apply to basketball. It doesn't play to it just
life
applies to everything. So that's why even if I do step away from basketball when I'm done, I can have a cufflink. They sleep cufflink on the real estate agent suit or whatever he got on. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, bro.
It can go on anything. But right now, like, I should have did this years ago. Like, my girl been, come on, Pierre. But I was dealing with so much other stuff, like being away from home.
Yeah.
Like, cause that's another thing in our relationship we had to battle with. Cause I'll be 15 hours away. Yeah. Like, I'm 15 hours ahead. So I'll be getting through my day dealing with whoever I was dealing with abroad, and then having to help with stuff back home. So that was another thing why I just launched that this summer on my birthday. So I should have launched it a few years ago, but it's hard to juggle. That overseas life with being home over here when you only got so much help. So I'm glad it's floating now.
Well, you the right guy. You the right guy to do the job. So I mean, I don't see I don't see no falling off with that. And you got support from us, man. You know what I'm saying? You got a new friend and ally, bro. High Rocker support with the movement. We gonna support with the movement. Yesterday, Fitzy is gonna support with the movement. So, you know, we like a good story, a good underdog story, bro, because those stories aren't told often.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, but essentially, like I said, man, you know, having your brand and segueing that into real estate, you know, is important because essentially you're building a brand. You know, the only way everybody's selling houses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's what you bring to it. You know what I mean? So that's why having you talk about, you know, the brand and how you built the brand and where your motivation lies is how you're going to be successful when you do the real estate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Like, I still got a lot to learn about that. Like, because I just bought a house last summer, and that's kind of when I started, like me and my girl, we just sit in the house. We'll be on the YouTube just looking at houses and seeing how much they cost, what area, what's the best area, stuff like that. So that I got a lot to learn, but I'm interested for sure, and I think that's something I can get into.
Yeah.
Well, shit, there it is. That's the motivation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Well, you know, we appreciate you coming to hang out with us. You definitely, like I said, you got another friend, another ally, another supporter. So I'll be supporting as much as I can. You know,
appreciate it.
It's another episode of Friends and Brands. I'm Nick Bean.
I'm Mark Wilkins.
Yeah, Pierre Jackson, PappyGawd, they sleep. Thanks for having me, fellas.
Peace. Man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, John.
Appreciate y'all boys.
Yes, sir.